Hello, hello, sweet honeybees, and welcome to the Electric Honey Pot, where energy is the nectar of life. My name is Autumn, and I am extremely grateful that you are here today. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. Today felt like a really good day to pull some cards for you guys and take what resonates and leave the rest. But I already have a really good feeling about the message that's going to come out because I started by pulling a couple of runes just to get a feel for the energy of today. And it really relates to this goddess deck that I pull a daily tarot card out of every single day for my altar. Today, the card that came out represents courage. The strength card. The runes that we had come out today are Awaz, Redho, and Ewaz. So we have the yew tree, the wagon, and two horses. And if you're going through anything similar to what I've been going through, you've been trying to figure out how to bridge your spirituality with the physical world. Maybe you're even feeling like there isn't really anything going on, that you may be feeling kind of stuck, but Spirit wants you to know that there is movement, and it is about the journey, not the destination. Spirit is working with you, and there's going to be fast, rapid movement as long as you continue doing whatever it is that you're doing, continue believing in yourself and following and trusting in your intuition. We had a 2222 come out from my angel number deck today, and I went out to my niece's soccer game earlier today, and I happened to see a 222 while I was out. And speaking of that courage card, during lunch, she was asked what her favorite song is, and she said Roar by Katy Perry. I got the eye of the tiger, that fire. I can never remember the lyrics when I'm on the spot like this, but I've been hearing it in my head ever since she said it. And it's, I am the champion, and you're going to hear me roar. Spirit wants you to know that things are working out, even when it seems like it's not. You just have to keep moving forward and have trust that Spirit is on your side and working to help you accomplish whatever it is that you're working on. In the angel number deck, that 2222 card is about feminine forces. So I felt like it would be a good idea to pull from my obsidian veil and get a dark feminine energy to represent what may be going on right now. We have the fates coming out. We shape all paths, for every thread has a purpose, and every destiny is intertwined. Life is always happening for us, not to us, even when it seems like it's happening to us and it may feel like a punishment at times. But honestly, sometimes those challenges end up being the biggest blessings of our lives. Everything happens with purpose, even when it feels like it doesn't. And it is all a part of our fate, our destiny being weaved. I have my cards sliding here. We have Marguerite, Laurette, or Porette. I honestly can't tell with the way the font is on the card. In the fires of persecution, I remain steadfast, embodying the strength of my convictions. You know, the lion does not fear the snake. The lion is the apex predator, full of courage, the king of the pride. You're going to come out on top. You just have to remain steadfast in whatever it is that you're doing. Let's see a little bit more on that card. Here we go. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Porette. Marguerite Porete was a 13th century Christian mystic and writer, famously known for her controversial book, The Mirror of Simple Souls. Her teachings challenged the religious authorities of her time as she criticized the institutionalized church. Her use of fire as a metaphor to describe union with God would go to foreshadow her death. Despite resistance, she remained steadfast in her beliefs and refused to recant her writings. She was ultimately burned at the stake. Legend has it she remained completely still, not a sound, glaring her oppressors in the white of her eyes. In the whites of their eyes. Her story serves as a symbol of courage and defiance in the face of religious oppression. She represents the pursuit of spiritual freedom, even in the face of opposition and persecution. And, you know, that Awaz card, the rune, the yew tree, is all about bringing your spirituality down here into the physical world. And two horses, Awaz, trusting the process, moving forward, spirit is on your side. It calls forth the courageous energy to explore beyond the confines of traditional dogma and doctrine. Examine the teachings and practices that have been handed down to you. Seek your own truth and forge a personal connection with the divine. Only you have the power to challenge outdated or oppressive beliefs and to explore alternative paths that align with your inner knowing and authentic self. Transcend the boundaries of the known and venture into the realm of spiritual liberation. Oh, and if that isn't accurate to things going on in my own personal life, my grandmother just passed away, and her funeral was a lot of preaching about how people are unworthy unless they're Christians. And I just want to encourage everybody that you are worthy in the eyes of the divine universe, regardless of what your spiritual beliefs are, because we are not all here to walk the same path. We are here to be courageous, to be ourselves in our own authentic expression of source consciousness as parts of source ourselves. And we're all worthy of our existence, and we are all worthy of love, and spirit supports all of us, not just certain people based on their beliefs. We all, the fates, we are all connected by that same source consciousness and source energy, and we are always being supported and guided by that source energy. We wouldn't exist if we were all meant to think the same way. What would be the point of this human experience if we were all the same? If we all thought and felt the exact same way? As the universe experiencing itself, we would not be learning anything about ourselves if we were all the same. I would also like to pull a couple of wild mystic cards before I pull tarot. Okay. The spider with create. There is that weaving of fate, that interconnection. We are all connected through these invisible cords, and we are all here to learn how to share our different perspectives and to communicate those different beliefs, not to be indoctrinated into the exact same beliefs and then divide ourselves based upon those indoctrinated belief systems the way that the church often does, because that's not what wisdom is. That is quite literally brainwashing. But they don't want you talking about that. You know, I'm actually writing about this in my my book that I've been working on about my spiritual awakening, and it's really interesting because last night I actually finished up editing a chapter where I was talking about how my mom allowed me to make the decision to step away from the church at a fairly early age, and how my life was extremely difficult for a while as I transitioned away from Christianity, and I went through the path of atheism to Satanism to agnosticism, and now I have like this omnist shamanic belief system, and not a belief system. I know. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying I believe, because it's part of my personal truth that I know. But her allowing me to make that decision to have my own autonomy when it came to my beliefs was one of the greatest gifts my mother ever gave me. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. And I just encourage anybody else to also find their own spiritual practice, because Spirit is constantly trying to build relationships with us and to help us discover our path and our own spiritual gifts. And it's all about having this close personal connection with God, not something outside of yourself, not within a church. The true church is within you. Christ consciousness is within you. It's in your mind. It's in your heart. It's in the things that you do. Let's see what the tarot has to say about all of this. Two of Wands coming out. You have to make this decision. Do you want to follow your passions, or do you want to stay on the path that was created for you? Do you want to discover your own inner flame, your own fire, and harness that? Or do you want to have your flame controlled by others? We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. The choice is yours to make, and you can change up your fortune at absolutely any time by changing up your life, changing up your beliefs, your perspectives, the decisions that you're making. But you have to learn how to have curiosity. You have to have that childlike interest in things in order to change up your fate and to discover who you are and that personal connection with Spirit. Because if you don't have that, you're not going to reach this point where you're celebrating in complete union with Spirit. You're constantly going to be putting on all of these different masks to please other people instead of standing as your most authentic self, the person that you came here to be. Which can honestly lead to us having cruel thoughts about ourselves and about others. The more we change ourselves to please others, the more we tend to hate ourselves, which also then extends to how we interact with other people. So it's important to learn how to make those decisions for yourself and to find that independence and confidence within your choices if you want to move forward in anything that you're trying to create or anything that you're passionate about. And as you do move forward with your passions and discover who you are, the right people are going to gravitate towards you. You are going to find your soul tribe out there. Your soul tribe is not going to make you compromise who you are as a person in order to receive love. In fact, that's not what love is. It is in a way, because it's a lesson for you in learning how to love yourself enough to have boundaries and to not compromise yourself, because everything in existence is love, even the challenges. But you deserve love that loves you for who you are deep inside on a soul level. You shouldn't have to compromise who you are as a person. When you do compromise who you are as a person, it makes you feel like you are carrying this massive burden in your life, which leads to you not living the life that you were meant to live. You know, Spirit wants to reward you, but Spirit wants to reward you with the life that you're meant to have, not the life that you think others expect you to have. Maybe it's time to go inside and meditate a little bit, connect to the source that's within you, and discover who you are, what it is that you truly want for your life, what it is that you truly believe without all of the outside noise influencing your decisions and your feelings, who you are as a person. Because that's how you are going to move forward and find success. That's how you're going to hit the target of that dream life that you've always wanted. I'm going to pull a dream card for some advice beyond the meditation. What okay, I wasn't dog, be your own best friend. And the Sex Kiss Hug card, which is face and embrace all parts of yourself. Learn to love yourself first and foremost, and learning to love yourself is being true to yourself, having the courage to be true to yourself regardless of what kind of perception other people are going to have, or how others may treat you for thinking or feeling different. Because at the end of the day, you don't necessarily need other people. You know, as human beings, we are these social creatures, but we come into this world all alone. We come into this world on our own, and we leave this world on our own. This journey that we're on is all about us and establishing our own personal connection with something beyond ourselves. And by connecting deeper with ourselves, that's how we will attract the people that are truly meant for us. In the tarot, there is the Hermit card. You know, the Hermit goes inside himself. He spends this time alone to discover his inner flame before he emerges back out into the world to make an impact on the world. And the same can be said for us about our own personal journeys. We have to be searching within rather than without. It goes back to that whole comment about the church being within you, not outside of you. Don't allow other people to influence who you are as a person. Be true to yourself, and Spirit will reward you for it. Well, I think I am going to close it out there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm still trying to get comfortable in doing this. But it is something I enjoy doing, and I want to get into doing it more often because honestly, over the last year, I've kind of been neglecting my cards. So let me know down in the comments whatever it is that you're going through, or if this reading related to you and resonated with you in absolutely any way. If it didn't, that's totally fine too. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. May all of your wildest dreams come true. Stay curious.